Salvete omnes, this is I'm Amelia, also known as the Martian Geek, and it's time for a surprise Let's Play. Yeah, remember not even a month ago how I said I wouldn't be doing any during the summer? Trust me, I'm just as surprised as you are. Well, I also said in my last Bayonetta scale episode that of all the indie games I talked about on there, Kaze and the Wild Masks looked the most promising. Well, I started playing it on my own time, and I think I was right. I have been enjoying this game quite a lot, and I got about through 1.5 worlds or so and thought, you know, I should probably do this as a Let's Play. So here we go, Kaze and the Wild Masks, at least I assume that's how it's pronounced and not Kaze. Very nice title screen music, by the way. There are really not that many title screen themes that I would listen to outside of the context of their game. There are quite a few that are iconic, like any of the ones from any of the Super Nintendo games that I grew up playing. But yeah, as far as stuff I'd listen to outside of the game, Mega Man 3 and Journey to Silius come to mind, but I can't think of too many others. Anyway, press our jump button to start. I already have the options set up how I want, so I don't think there's a whole lot we need to check out here, but we will go ahead and play. So yeah, that's where I left off before, so let's start a new game. And we're playing original mode. That's what I did before, and it was just fine. And yeah, I have the arrow keys set to... well, actually, I'll talk about that in a bit. For now, cutscenes. Nice art style, too. So we have Kaze and her brother, friend, I'm not sure. Glowy thing. Don't touch it, you fool. Ooh, you dropped the piano. Well, that looks unfortunate. Well, that escalated quickly. There's a great evil that has come upon us and is shooting lasers at everything. So now we can get into some actual levels. So we'll start things right off with Cranky Carrots. First level of the game, let's go. It's 1-1. So, one thing I did notice was that Kaze controls pretty nicely. Very, accurate physics, I guess, without being stiff or anything like that. But we can jump, as platformer heroes generally do. We can attack, we can move and attack, which also gives us kind of a dash, and we can ground pound, basically. There's something over here, isn't there? Pink crystals, yes. This game also looks very nice. I mean, look at these graphics. Press J to attack. And there's our first enemy. That heart will give us an extra hit. Much like getting a DK barrel in Donkey Kong Country, because I guess it's not very obvious yet, but this game seems to be very much inspired by Donkey Kong Country. Like, we even have letters like this, K, A, Z, and E. I suppose it's a good thing that our hero wasn't named, say, Bartholomew or something. Kaze happens to have the same number of letters as Kong, so it works out. And yeah, our enemies are vegetable monsters. Why they made that decision, I don't know, but it is what it is. So those are the eponymous Cranky Carrots. And these are our bonus rooms. There are 2 in each level, and you need them to unlock the special levels. So we have 25 seconds to collect all of these green crystals. Again, a lot like Donkey Kong. First one, naturally, is pretty easy. I did it in 10 seconds. So another interesting thing about Kaze that she can do is that. Yeah, she's basically Dixie Kong. Well, I guess they realized that of the 3 games that Dixie was playable in, she was clearly the best character. There's our 3rd letter. And let's see. There's our 2nd bonus room. Defeat 5 enemies. Well, she is a rabbit. She ought to be good at getting rid of carrots. That is not the fastest that I could have done that, but oh well. Seems like you can kind of do a roll jump thing if you dash and then jump like that, but whether it's better than just using the helicopter spin, I'm not sure. I mean, like if you need to cover a distance. But anyway, we're just about to the end here. And there it is. Kaze. So we got all the collectibles and we even didn't take any damage. So let's move on to 1-2, Jelly Jungle. And my, that is a linear overworld map. Reminds me a lot of Super Mario 3D Lands, actually. So now we have bouncy things. And eggplants. You turn back into regular vegetables once you kill them. I don't know what kind of vegetable these things are supposed to be. But you can't hurt them. At least I don't think you can. Nothing I've encountered in the game so far is able to do anything about them. You just have to avoid them. Assuming the water is death. Press D plus J in the air to smash. And watch out for the thing. That looks suspicious. And it was. Bit of a step up in difficulty from the first one, but nothing we can't handle. So is there anything on the other side? No, there is not. Okay. So yeah, holding the jump button does make you bounce higher off these things, and I almost didn't see that enemy until it was too late. So this is our halfway point, which I didn't comment on in the previous level. I'll say the music sounds a little bit more like... well, I don't know what it sounds like. My first thought is ukulele, but I haven't really played a lot of that game, so I can't actually make, like, an educated judgment on what it sounds like. Haven't seen the second bonus room yet, but it should be around fairly soon. Yeah, here we go. So it's still collect all crystals, but this time it's like a grab 15 bananas bonus. We collect them one at a time. A very easy grab 15 bananas bonus, because we only have to grab 10 bananas. It was 10, right? Bold of you to assume that I know how to count. And this should be, yes, where the E is. And exit portal. once again, we got everything. I'm glad that you don't have to get every last purple crystal in the level to get the medal or whatever you call it for that. It allows some leniency. So this is 1-3, and it's actually the secret level of the world. So we're moving right on to 1-4, Thorny Tree. I'm not really sure why it's not just like 1S or something like that. So yeah, we're skipping right from 1-2 to 1-4. Okay, now the music in this level definitely sounds like ukulele. Well, ukulele in the impossible lair anyway. And now we have tomatoes shooting. I'm not actually sure what vegetable that is as projectiles. I'd say it was carrots, but there are carrots in World 2 and they look very different. Anyway. Well, it's time for the first wild mask of the game. I believe this is the eagle one. It lets us fly, basically turning us into squawks. We even have an attack. As demonstrated there. Yeah, whatever. Like, some would say that it's a bit uncreative or plagiaristic or something like that for indie game developers to make games that are basically just like other games. Also bonus stage 1. But the way I see it is, if the developers of those actual series aren't willing to make more of them, like if nobody's willing to make more Donkey Kong Country games or Sonic games or whatever else, then why not make an indie game that takes inspiration from them? Like, they're clearly not, like, the mainstream developers are clearly not giving us what we want. Spoken as someone who's not at all jaded by the fact that their favorite series haven't gotten a new entry in 4 years at the minimum and up to 10 at maximum or more. Yeah, the Switch's library is kind of lame, not gonna lie. But anyway, we're here to play Kaze and the Wild Masks, not complain about other video games. There'll be plenty of time for doing that on other occasions. Up here, we have our second bonus room. Defeat 9 enemies. So we have these flying beans. They look more like potatoes to me, but I think they're supposed to be beans. Voila. So yeah, we've had our bouncy things and our squawks in the tree type of level, and now it's time for our squawks in the brambles type of level. This is basically an easier version of Bramble Scramble. Yeah, I see you and your mysterious orange vegetable gun. Maybe those are carrots. And I just noticed that the projectile vegetables get happy when the tomato dies. Like, thank goodness I don't have to be used as a bullet anymore. And there's the end. Got all the letters, got both bonuses, and got enough purple crystals. I'm still not actually sure what the purple crystals get you. The letters get you story art in the album, which you can access with the tab key, but I'm going to worry about that after we're done with all the levels. And the bonus rooms give you access to the secret levels. Like I said, I haven't figured out what the crystals do yet. But anyway, we're moving on to 1-5, Vine Climb. Yeah, now it's time for, well, one of these levels, I suppose. Press J to fall, or K to jump, or down and K to fall. Cartoon rabbits always do way more with their ears than real rabbits do. Hold J to grab the pot. Yeah, these are basically our Donkey Kong Country 2 treasure chests. Now, my first time playing this, I missed at least one of the bonus rooms. So let's try not to do that again. This is it, isn't it? Yeah, that's the first one. Time for totally not that one bonus in World 6 of Donkey Kong Country 3. It is easier than that one. Yeah, it's like the grab 15 bananas equivalent in this game are way less of a nuisance than they were in Donkey Kong Country 3. Seriously, why was that always the most annoying bonus type in that game? I almost thought I was going to get hit there. I forget if I've actually commented on the graphics yet, but yeah, in addition to sounding pretty nice, the game looks pretty nice. Honestly, I get pretty tired of the retro-style graphics in indie games. Like, they're not bad necessarily, but it's nice to have a change. That looks like it should be something, but it isn't. And like, these still aren't like as modern as Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Like, you could totally do this on the PS1, or probably even the Super Nintendo, except for the complex backgrounds and layers and stuff. There's bonus number 2. Bit easier to miss, that one. And now we have the other type of collect the crystals bonus. And, well, you get to see me fail a bonus for the first time. The nice thing about the bonuses in this game is if you do fail, you immediately get to try again. There's no going back to the main level, then going back into the bonus. There's no, well, you failed, guess you have to restart the level if you want to try again. Nope. You just get to keep trying until you've beaten it. And I like that. Kind of a nice quality of life improvement from Donkey Kong Country. Honestly, that's as good a reason as any to make an indie game inspired by another game. Quality of life improvements. Especially if it's a series that hasn't been around in a while. Like, obviously, the last Donkey Kong Country game was in 2014, but there are some that have not gotten a new entry in much longer than that. Looks like there should be something down there, but I don't think there is. And this being a rather vertically oriented level, it's one of those where you can just fall and lose a lot of progress. Fortunately, it's pretty easy to avoid doing so. Actually, kind of surprised how difficult this game gets early on. Like, we haven't experienced anything really hard yet, but I mean, for 1.5, that was some fairly precise platforming movements needed. Anyway, another no damage clear, and I think this is where we're going to call it. There are 4 more levels in World 1, one of which is a boss and one of which is a secret level. So, yeah. See you in the next episode as we finish World 1 of Kaze and the Wild Masks.